really digging out the chilled out groove here. But either way, ladies and gents, hello people of the world, I am Personified Fear, and welcome to another Let's Look At. Today, I'm going to be looking at the game SC2VN. This is an eSports visual novel. From what I can understand, it's supposed to be about StarCraft. So yeah, I know absolutely nothing about StarCraft. I've never played the games, I don't know anything about the lore. I've seen videos on it, but it's not a game for me personally. I don't know. But either who, yeah, this is supposed to be a game about StarCraft. I think it's also set in Korea. I could be wrong, but I think it's set in Korea. Or at least it's supposed to be about some Korean players who play StarCraft. I'm not sure, but I do think it's about Korea. Well, Korea's in it. I don't know what the fuck. Let's play the game. Let's just ignore my rambling. So, in SC2VN, you select the gender of the main character, Mac. The choice will mostly impact how he or she appears. The story's differences are minor. Okay. Then shoot, I'll be the girl, why not? Yeah, why not? Also, I did test it out a little bit just to see how well it ran and all that junk. Apparently there was a StarCraft video I could have looked into, but I don't know. Fuck it. It's not important. I guess it's not important. So, the fuck is that smell? Oh, god damn it. One of the dogs farted. God, that stinks. Alright, so, there's a certain feeling that every StarCraft player gets before they lose. Most try to ignore it at first, as the inevitable as if the inevitable is just another challenge to fight through. Like their past mistakes don't count if they just try a little bit harder. It's a natural thing to believe otherwise. To believe otherwise contradicts the hours we spend practicing. Still, every player must eventually come to terms with a defeat. That they have to queue up for another game, or maybe that they flew across the world for nothing. I haven't met many players that can take a loss in stride. It's painful, it's permanent, it's proof that your best isn't always enough. Long after my elimination, I remain at the PC with a blank look in my eyes. Click shoot for my fingers as I leap from page to page. A tournament update mentions my defeat in passing, but no one acknowledges it. When my frustration fades, I'm only left with guilt. I should have practiced harder. Oh shit. I consider sticking around to watch the final few games, but the knot in my stomach persuades me to avoid any more stress. I thought isn't StarCraft like an RTS or something like that? It's supposed to be a real-time strategy type game. But I thought like it was like multiplayer in a way, like you would control certain people. Or is it multiplayer? Like you would have a team of different people and they would all do different things or something. I'm not entirely sure about StarCraft. I don't know anything. So people are nice enough to a foreigner with the heart to attempt a Star League qualifier. But without a win, I'm just one more of a long line of losers. Hundred spends their best years chasing in the esports dream. 1 in 50 make it. This is for those that don't. Okay. The game? This game in particular is for the people who don't make that dream of being an esports dude? Or alright, whatever. Music is really loud. Let me go ahead and lower that. I'm gonna lower down the sound effects and music. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let me up it a little more so I can hear it at least. Yeah. Alright. So I'm assuming that they're going to be using screenshots from StarCraft in order to help build the story. Gather resources, train a worker, construct a building, rally an army, defend the base, contest the map, turn something small into something more. The game is punishing, it's stressful, it's draining, it builds you up and tears you down. It's not for everyone. It might not be even for me. How many more chances am I gonna get? Was this my last? Oh, the feeling is back. Why am I still trying? Why can't I quit? My fist rattles the desk and sends plastic bottle onto the floor. With my chin in hand, I throw myself into the match replay. Oh, I can click R for a gallery. So that for a glossary, I should say, so that way I can check on some of the lingo for StarCraft. Sweet, this is actually pretty cool. So I forced down the measured breath. Losing a throwaway ladder game shouldn't bother a player of my rank. So if I press R, oh, I have to right click. Do I have to right click the? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So let's figure out what ladder is. Shorthand for online ranked play, ranked from the lowest to highest. The leagues in StarCraft 2 are Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Master, and Grandmaster. Grandmaster rank is always awarded to the top 200 players from each region. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay. So what rank are you then? Scout denial and my poor control of the final fight gave my opponent the edge. In retrospect, my mistakes seem obvious. I toy with the conclusion that he was hacking before realizing that I'm just making excuses. No, I should have been able to win that one. Despite the Grandmaster badge next to my handle, I find myself too anxious to queue up for another. Oh, okay, so you're a Grandmaster. Alright then. The loss of victory Star League qualifier earlier today isn't helping my mindset. I comb my tiny room with a look restless and unmotivated. Sitting alone in a dark room for extended periods of time is incredibly depressing, a fact I learned only when it became a significant part of my life. Only one thing is certain, I've got to get out of here. Your room? Okay, your room. After double checking that my apartment door is locked, I hustle down the stairs and into the sidewalk. Light glows with each step toward the shining skyline. Catchy pop beats and posters of flawless models dominate street after street. Foot traffic is thick and impatient. Seoul Tower stands tall. Okay, so this is Korea. Stands tall from a distant hilltop. But even the lingering excitement of life in a faraway place can't dredge me out of my hopelessness. Sometimes, especially on days like this, I regret pursuing eSports. It's a thought that I've had more times than I'd like to admit since coming to South Korea. Even saying that, I know that I can't keep myself from competing. It's my nature, and truth be told, this damn game's the only thing I'm good at. You're not good at any other video games, man? I mean, okay, so it doesn't sound like an art. I know exactly what game type it is now after, hearing the guy go over, building resources. I know what type of game it is, but I don't know exactly the name for it. I've played a couple of games like those before, but I don't know. StarCraft seems like it might be fun. I might try it out one day when I get time. So there are other popular answers too that requires the dexterity of a pianist along the strategic thinking of a chess player. Maybe that's what StarCraft is to most people, but to the hundreds who carve out a living on it, StarCraft isn't such a simple thing. It's the embodiment of competition, a perfect playing field, no need for athletic genes, rabid parents, tutted tutors. This is why I need to learn better English. I need to read more. I need to stop reading manga and actually grab a fucking book. An actual book. Nah, screw that, I'm just gonna keep reading manga. So, you pick up the game on your own, you learn, you improve, you work. If you're good enough, you can become a god. Ooh. And if you fail, you stay a nobody. I think you're kind of overselling it, but alright. So, I'm not building towards a long-term career. I'm friendless in the foreign country. I'm respected by no one. And if I don't qualify for the VSL next month, I'll be back home in square one. I'll be nothing. But hey, at least I play video games all day. I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but if you're not really doing good enough to continue your fucking living, then I don't know what to tell you, bruh. Try another game. I would try fight games, man. Get really good at Street Fighter. Get super good at Street Fighter. Try that. I don't know. Have you ever played Smite? Smite's pretty fun. Dota? Pretty sure Dota is also another one of those games that you could probably get super into. Just saying. Or League. I have played 2 out of the 3 of those games. League, Dota, and Smite. You may pick which one you think I have played. And I can be completely honest, I sucked at both of them. Well, Smite didn't... Okay. Smite didn't run well on my laptop. I just let out the cat there. I played Smite, and I played both Smite and League. Both of them didn't run that well on my laptop, but I was decent at League. I just kind of didn't care much for it, and for Smite, it didn't run well enough for me to actually do any major matches, but yeah, I like the game enough. If I get a better computer, I'd probably be playing Smite a lot more than anything else. It's a cell phone charge. You bought an extra charger, right? Mom, my God! Also, my name is Mock. I kind of like that. That's a pretty cool name. Anyway, Mom, fine. Please, nothing bad is going to happen. Remember, there won't be anyone to do your laundry, cook your meals, or wake you up when you oversleep. Budget? Well, you have 2 months worth. And I won't hear anything about a loan for the flight home. It takes effort to keep a frown from my face, but I'm certain that my parents come to see me off only so they can say that they did. I've already sunk the entirety of my savings into this. Now isn't the time for second thoughts. My dad gestures toward the security line and taps his watch twice. Get the fuck out of here, kid! That's basically what you said, isn't it, Dad? Huh? Want me to leave that much? Fuck you, Dad! I don't want to be here anyway. Anyway, come back in one piece. Sure. Nothing comes when I think of how to respond. I only nod. So, without another word, my parents walk away. And the fade to white begins, so she has to make her own mistakes. Okay. I was wondering what the music was. So I tighten my fist, pace quickening, even though I want to prove everyone who's doubted me wrong. I'm tired of losing for no one's sake but my own. Alright, so here's what I'm actually hoping out of this game. What I'm hoping is that when they start actually playing StarCraft in the game, they give me the choices are gonna work around that. What to do? Should I build up? Should I build this certain base? Should I have these people? Should I make this certain type of person or some? I don't know how you play fucking StarCraft, but I want choices to reflect that. You know, that's kind of what I'm really hoping out of this game. I probably won't get that far, but you know, it'd be pretty cool if that was the case. Also, we have another thing here, PC Bang. PC Bang is a type of LAN gaming center where patrons can play multiplayer computer games for an hourly fee. PC Bangs remain popular despite the spend of household computers, as they provide a meeting place for gamers, especially school-aged gamers, to play together with their friends. Oh, okay. The amount of foot traffic suggests that it's a pretty popular internet cafe. A sign on the front window reads, Golden Zone Fire. That sounds pretty cool. I would name a store that, Golden Zone Fire. It wouldn't even be a gaming store, it'd be like a cafe or something. You know, I just name it that. Oh my god. Oh, that just sounds cool to me. Anyway, duking it out for champion status of a neighborhood cafe is old school cool, like the type of western where the sheriff defends his turf against upstarts and outlaws. It's an ideal that's a little bit dated these days. Most StarCraft 2 competition takes place either online or on broadcast studios. I'll admit I've daydreamed about being a decade earlier and playing the original eSport Brood War, I'm sorry, during the rise along the PC Bang. So what the fuck is Brood War? I've never even... Is that a mode in StarCraft, or is this an actual game? An expansion... Okay, this was an expansion to StarCraft originally from '98. The esports industry in South Korea was built entirely around Brood War, and its wild success with both players and spectators, and remains relatively popular and a cultural mainstay. Huh. Alright. So I guess Korea was really into the freaking esports thing even back in '98. Esports really hasn't gotten. I want to assume that esports didn't really get much popular here in America until a couple of years ago. Probably around the time when League became a thing. I want to say that was probably when esports in America became a little bit better, when it became a bigger thing, but I could be wrong. Or, you know, it could have been probably around Halo, the Halo era, you know, around that time. Probably around Halo or when League became a huge thing. One of the two. I want to say that's when Americans started to get super into freaking video game tournaments and all that. I mean, video game tournaments were a thing here in America, but, like, I don't remember them ever being a huge event, you know? But either way. So I trundle up the stairs, I'm sorry, I can't read today, and pass through the doorway, immediately struck by the size of the place. There has to be at least 80 computers. The crowd is too large for an ordinary evening. There's more people here than PCs even. I indulge my curiosity on the first person I see, a dark-haired guy observing a match of SC2 from behind someone's shoulder. Excuse me, is there an event going on? Oh, aren't you sexy? Guy turns and looks at me like I'm speaking something other than Korean. After a brief silence, he responds. Are you new or something? Have you not heard of the all-out attack? Yeah, I'm new. Just asking, bro. Yeesh, aren't you a dick? He hums and glances away for a moment, though he doesn't apologize. He does fill me in. Golden Zone Fire hosts a StarCraft 2 tournament called All Out Attack once a month. It's one of the few places you'll find a decent player outside the Online Cup or Star League. Used to be a Brood War tournament, actually. I see. Thanks. So, you cheering for someone? Alright, he got pissed off really quick. Are you my Virgil? I think you're gonna be my Virgil. I hope you're Virgil. If you're not Virgil, then that means you're just gonna be some random asshole that I have to deal with. So the back of his shirt sports the Korean Pro Gaming Association logo. Maybe he's a Brood War fan or something. So none of the StarCraft teams under the KPGA's regulations compete on anything except the original game Brood War. Understandably, they don't want to fracture a scene they've worked hard to build up. And that's lucky for those of us trying to keep from drowning in a game that's already deep with talent. KPGA players train for unbelievable hours. Well, I came here to practice, and now I'm presented with an excellent chance to do so. So what if that guy said is true? So a few stairs follow me as I walk forward and put my name on the sign-up list. I must look like a tourist and over my head. I'm definitely not the first foreigner to go abroad for esports, but most come to South Korea only once they have the results or fame. After playing for an hour worth of PC time at the front desk, I settle for a station that has a mouse and keyboard similar to my setup back home. A few minutes later, I join my opponent's game lobby just in time for the start of the first round. Please let me get the choices of doing what you do. I will fuck up hard. And not intentionally. If I knew what the game was, then I'd fuck up intentionally. But I can't. So anyway, his name isn't familiar, so I check his profile to see he's ranked midway through the Master League. Not bad for a casual player. He seems eager enough by the rate he's spamming go in the pre-game chat. The game gets underway once I confirm that I'm ready. I hate those assholes that do that. Like I really hate that in MMO when you're trying to play and you're probably just setting some shit up and then an asshole like in your party or something is just like go. Fuck you, man. I'm prepping. Okay? I'm trying to prep. Goddamn. Anyway. So workers, minerals, Vespine gas, I think that's what that is, and a command center. I start out every match with only these resources at my disposal. It's my job to turn them into something that can defeat my opponent. Please give me the choices. Generally, that means I need to build structures capable of training units for my army. My build order determines how my end of the matchup plays out. I think I understand what build order is. It's basically something along the lines of you want to build these in this particular order. It's probably that. It's probably something more complicated than that. It probably isn't, but it's probably just that. It's exactly what it sounds like. Anyway, this game I've opted for a quick Hellion attack. Not only will it offer me a chance to deal some damage to my opponent, but it will also allow me to scout, which I'm also assuming there's some type of fog of war in this game. So when you scout out, it allows you to see a little bit more of the map and also try to find your opponent a bit quicker. I'm assuming that's what that is. But anyway, it seems that I don't have much to worry about. My opponent went for a greedy build order, focusing entirely on his economy instead of his army. Unfortunately for him, the match isn't going to last long enough for that risk to pay off. My Hellions make short work of a single queen and a handful of Zerglings. Don't know what any of that shit means, but I'm gonna assume the queen is something very important and Zerglings are like grunts. So with his front line out of the way, I'm free to rush his material line and roast his workers, denying him the resources he needs to muster an army. Facing down a marine reinforcement is not long before my Zerg opponent types out for the two letters GG, meaning good game. Easy. So that was quick. As soon as the victory screen displays, anxiety floods out of my body. StarCraft is tense. It isn't an exaggeration to say that there's never a moment to relax until the match is over. Bristling with confidence, I get up and check my next opponent. Is it the Virgil? Axel. Don't know who that is. I draw my lips in a line and let my shoulders slouch. Well, that's the end of this tournament run. Axel is one of South Korea's strongest terrain players. He's well known for his old school cred, balanced playstyle, and friendly banter. He lost in the round of 8 last season's VSL, a respectable finish, if not high-paying one. From what I remember, Axel was a damn good Brood War player, but he was out of his prime when the sequel hit last year, so it makes sense that he switched. While I'm considering what sort of rush I should do to steal a win, I feel a tap on my shoulder in turn. Oh, so he's Axel. So the other guy is my Virgil. Awesome, that means you get to be my party member. Let's see, who do you want to be? Who should I make you? I'll figure something out for you. Anyway, and find none other than the man himself standing here. It's a bit surreal considering I've followed Axel's play for about as long as I've been into StarCraft. Luckily, his nonchalant manner disarms my surprise. I think we play in the next round. I'm Mach, a 10. He misses a beat before regaining his smile, luckily surprised that I understood and then answered him. Yeah, I saw you won your game. Not bad. Foreigners are an uncommon sight in all-out attack. Are you a pro gamer? What team are you on? I don't know if you call me a pro gamer at this point, and I don't have a team. Trying to find one, though. I do my best not to look too hopeful, though Axel's blank expression is hard to read either way. He pauses to scratch his cheek before responding. Good luck! Don't expect another easy match. Awesome. He's gonna kick my ass. He laughed about it, though. That's cool. So, my stress from before is mostly gone. If I lose, big deal. I'm expected to lose. If I win, I beat Axel. Awesome! So I'm still chewing over which cheese, what the fuck, I should perform before finally deciding to play standard. I don't know what any of this means, so I'm going to the glossary. I shouldn't squander the rare chance to practice against a top player. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. What the fuck is this cheese? Do not expect a strategy that relies on lack of information to surprise an opponent. Cheese builds typically revolve around an early attack that, if undetected, is more difficult to defend than execute. And then build, I think I know exactly, build order, what was the other one I wanted? Standard? Standard refers to balanced playstyle. Okay, yeah, I don't care then. So he and I banter back and forth in the pre-game lobby for a bit before the game gets underway. Let me get the choices of doing what I want to do, damn it! Oh shit! Hold on. Old school brute war terrain. Plays classic marine tank style. Probably about to crush me. Awesome. That's stuff to keep in mind. Do I get the choices? Oh my god, give me the choices. God damn it! Dogs smell. God, you stink. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You smell. Oh, God. I gotta go to work in an hour. Fuck, you stink! Shit! It only makes a potential victory all the more tantalizing. It's a chance to prove to myself that I got what it takes. Even if I decide on playing standard, I still got a decision to make on how to execute my mid-game strategy. This map is well suited for a Hellion attack. I've plenty of room to poke around his expansion since it lacks a choke point. An attack by air might also be a strong option. The distance between our base is relatively long by land, but it will take Banshee less than 5 seconds to travel from mine to his. I'm confident with both styles, it's just a matter of how I want to execute the attack. Give me the choice! Yes! Alright. I don't know which is the best choice, so I'm just gonna go with my gut. I think an air assault would be better. So let's do that. So I cut out all extraneous unit production to go to the Banshee as soon as possible. The earlier I'm able to hit, the less chance that Axel will have the right defense. With my Banshee en route, I clear out the path to his base with a handful of Marines. Denying information to my opponent is important, even if I don't plan to attack from that blind spot. Did I do it good? I think I did it good. It seems to have been the right choice as the Marines are out of position when my Banshee arrives at his base. I managed to secure a few worker kills before ordering a retreat. Since I didn't lose my Banshee, Axel has to spend minerals on air defense, knowing that to prepare a transition on foreground army. This game is going insanely well, although Axel took suspension before I did. The damage he took puts us on even footing. I follow up with an army of Marines, Marauders, and dropships, the bread and butter of most terrain players. Since I cleared the space between our base, he's in the dark about the timing of his next attack. There's a solid chance that I could do enough damage in here and end the game. But just as I arrive at the outskirt Axel's expansion, one of his dropships uploads a handful of Marines in my base. That's just going to slow my ability to reinforce. And shit, with my forces on the drop of my main, Axel rushed into the army. I left outside of his base while I wasn't paying attention. He's got a concave formation on me. Just like that, my advantage evaporates. Though I managed to stay in game a little bit longer, Axel wisely guards his lead by immediately taking the third base. Apparently I didn't do it good enough. So, soon enough his economic advantage is reflected in the size of his army. After my blunder, Axel's play was airtight. There really wasn't anything for me to do. With a groan, I offer a GG and concede the match. I didn't exactly throw my lead, but I did get seriously outplayed. Fantasizing about how victory would have felt, I wonder how much that really changed anything. Like, if I were to reload the save and pick ground forces, would I still win, I wonder. I doubt it, but you never know. Well, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna reload the save sooner or later. But now later, Axel turns the corner with a smile and raised eyebrows. Hey, good game. You're actually not bad. I assume you were here for fun or something. Well, shit. Thanks. I'm here for fun, though. You play really well. I'm surprised most foreigners don't hit timings like that. Good vision control, too. Your scouting was top-notch. You're really not on a team? Are you at least staying at a team house, or are you studying abroad? Nothing like that. I'm staying here by myself in an apartment by the VSL studios. So you came to Korea alone and on your own dime. And you're not just visiting. Yeah? I did my best not to seem awkward about my answer, but any reason to worry disappears when he smiles. It takes some serious guts to move out here like that. I can't think of a single person who's made it out here on their own. A few nearby competitors watch our conversation. It's probably not often that Axel gives his attention to a random nobody he crushes early in bracket. I've got some time before my next game, so let me introduce you to a friend of mine. Is it my Virgil? Please tell me it's Virgil. I don't care what the fuck his name is. His name is Virgil. So the fuck was going on with the music there? Was that intentional with the music? It like stuttered there for a bit randomly. Either way, maybe they aren't that different. I guess even professionals like to kick back with the tangle of chords and rush of caffeine every now and again. Games shouldn't be about all business all the time. Although I did bet the KPGA executives disagree. Excel comes to a stop away from the constant tapping of keyboards. Then he plops himself into a seat against the wall and invites me to join him and wave his hand. I take my seat, I look up to find someone I recognize, I decide, it's Virgil! Nope! Jet, a Zerg former VSL champion. She won StarCraft 2's very first grand final back in the beta. A year ago, she might have been the game's most famous player. Her flippant and inflammatory antics have made her a somewhat controversial figure. She rarely GGs and isn't afraid to talk trash on stage. And there she is, just sitting there. All I can do is not stare. A smile on her lips when she glances past me to Axel. Okay, stop apologizing as a word for beating you. Huh. Hilarious. She can understand you, by the way. Who are you up against in the next round? Some Zerg dishwasher on LHT/ I hate ZVZ. I don't know what that is. Jet rolls her eyes back to me. After a brief appraisal, she lifts her chin and speaks a single word. Name? Alright, how about don't be a bitch? Like, come on. Oh, I'm mocked a Terran. I'm on, well, I'm teamless. She shifts her gaze back to Axel to ask, why did you bring this noob back here? But before she can actually say anything, Axel comes to my defense with an easy smile. Cool it, with the judgment until you've seen her play. Plus, you ever hear of a foreigner that comes here out alone just for StarCraft? My girl right here did. You have to admit, that's brave. If the endorsement wasn't convincing enough, he offers one of his classic grins for good measure. The response seems to satisfy her, for now. Although while I try to keep from showing anything to contradict Axel's assessment, Jet aims her attention back at me. Didn't see your name on the list of people who made it past the VSL qualifier. How'd you place? I lost my second to last match, the qualifier before that. I dropped out in the final game of the last series. 2 attempts without making it, huh? Hard to tell much from that. Mainly depends on the bracket you had. So, how do you live out here with no team? Do you stream or something? I used to stream, but not anymore. She raises her eyebrows, waiting for me to elaborate until I look away. Without missing a beat, she moves on to the next question. So, your parents pay for everything? No, I'm here on my summer job earnings and a little bit extra from my grandparents. How lucky. I never got any handouts. Isn't going very well. Either way, Axel looks as collected as ever, just watching and smiling at us. Like a fucking creep. Did you play Brood War? Not really. I mean, I had a copy as a kid, but I wasn't good. Hard to cheat even finishing the campaign. Had to cheat to finish the campaign. Oh, then you went a little bit worse than Jet. Jet scowls suddenly at the jab. It's true that 2 years she spent playing Brood War were mostly unremarkable. Then it's your first try at playing professional gaming. When I nod, she gives me a hard look. Why are you out here? What do you mean? I'm sure you're aware of your chances. It's been more than 5 years since a foreign pro gamer accomplished anything noteworthy in Korea. I know what she's getting at, but it's not like I have a particularly great or unique answer. I scratch behind my head and look away. I mean, why, yes, I want to become better at StarCraft. Everyone knows that Korea is the place to do that. And why is that? Well, because the best players... Oh, why do you want to become better? Well, shit. Oh, It feels like she's forcefully extracting the truth from me. All the same, I can't leave her expression unanswered. I do my best to avoid showing the embarrassment I feel in my honest response. Because I want to be a champion, or at the least show I can compete at that level. Everyone who plays this game wants that, don't they? So you're right about one thing. Every idiot makes it to the every idiot that makes the Grandmaster takes a map off of a good player thinks that they're pro gaming material. The champion, huh? Yeah. She clicks her tongue and sighs, but doesn't seem displeased. Well, any more so than usual. I wouldn't have much ground to stand on if I disagreed with her. Jed is one of the few who has accomplished what the rest of us dream about. The police saw Harsh, her style is solid, and she stood toe-to-toe with me for a while. With good enough time, she could compete. What do you think? Why don't you practice with her a bit? Little harm in giving her a chance. Oh shit, I get a practice match with the bitch. Alright, let's do it. Let's go. I'm ready. Give me the choice to do stuff. I will totally do the wrong thing. Actually, I think I did the right thing with him before, but I'm not entirely sure. I have to wonder if I chose to go with an all-out ground assault first, would this have happened? You see, that's the type of shit you gotta think about. And I kinda wanna test it, just to see. Stop staring at I'm staring at what? Wait, what? So the sound of my name wakes me up from my stunned silence. I jolt upright after a flurry of nods. Sorry, I say yes, definitely say yes. Jen and Axel watch me until I roll my back to my seat. It takes some determination to come out here alone, so let's see if it translates to wins, eh? So with a thumbs up, it's settled. I have somehow found myself with one of the best practice partners in the world. I really hope this isn't just for the novelty of playing with some random foreigner. It's about time to get back into all-out attack. Wouldn't want you to get DQ'd. We'll be matchmaking in the semis. Can you be certain that I didn't lose to Mock already? What if this was just my saving face? Funny. Have you lost to a foreigner even once? Hey, you never know. Who's playing on a barcode account? Don't know what that is. Let's look at the glossary. What's a barcode account? Tell me, oh magical glossary of video game. Barcode, an account used for anonymous ladder play. Barcode accounts generally use a random combination of I and L. Generally used to practice certain strategies or tactics without the risk of identification. Huh. You sure you don't want to pot split? Final offer. Collude with you? Not a chance. Oh, no collusion. What about you, Mock? Gonna stick around? A PC bang with the bustle of a tournament isn't a great training environment. The bracket will probably take a few hours to work through, too. I'm gonna head home. Got a lot of practicing to do tonight. Leaving already? Hey, it's good to meet you. Be at Golden Zone Fire tomorrow morning. We'll find out if you're overhyped. Alright. Cool. So I raise and offer them a hand. Each a nod and thanks. Oh, okay, I guess no handshakes, just nodding. Alright. So the last thing I see is a vague smile from Jed as she leans over and whispers something to Axel. So I squeeze my way through the growing crowd and manage to make it through the doorway leading outside. When I hit the street, I meet with a cool breeze and a rush of voices, sound, and light. This is a shot. Final shot to make it happen. One last chance to live where I want. I quicken my pace, eager to comfort the dark room and the bright monitor. So this is the day that everything changes. Is it now? Do I get an opening? Do I get an opening, please? Like, you know, no? What? That's the game? That's it? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, I was actually gonna be really disappointed if that was the end of the game. Alright. Okay, that was just the title. That was just the title. Okay. Whew. Alright, yeah, if that were the end of if that really was the end of the game, I was going to be so disappointed. But either way, let's continue. I enjoy playing online and all, but matchmaking against someone only a few feet away is way more productive. Talking over games in person makes it easier to get feedback and improve, and that's what I need more than anything else. So the sting from my failure at the VSL qualifier will take some time to fade, and I don't want to experience that pain ever again. So I catch sight of Jet in the middle row. Her attention is locked on a ladder game. Without disturbing her, I take the seat at her side and watch the game match unfold. Furious taps and clicks right at her keyboard. Her focus never drops from the game, much less her monitor. She's ahead, though not by much. It's not long until she extends her lead in the late game, and a few minutes later, he uses a sigh of relief with her opponent rage quits out. There's no need for me to consult my Korean skills to understand his final message, "Zer Imba." I don't know what that means. You actually served. Caught me surprised. How could I not? The better question is how you have the free time to practice with some amateur. I'm a terrible sort, obviously. Anyway, you're here, so let's stop wasting time. You paid for your PC, yeah? I nod and log myself in at the station next to her. A minute later, the two of us are grinding out practice matches. Game after game is a beatdown. I can't crack her defenses when I attack, and I'm barely holding my own when she's on the offense. She's just as unforgiving as pointing out my mistakes as she is in game. Your wall at the ramp is the wall. Okay, hold on. The wall at the ramp to your neutral, to your natural. I don't know what that What do you mean by natural? I don't. Okay, it's trash. How the hell do you get away with this? You're gonna get busted. It's not something I can really think about that much. I just throw it up, you know? Fix it or be punished. Well, shit. That probably isn't an idle threat, just the type of player capable of ending the game instantly if she can capitalize on the right type of mistake. Her style has been characterized as both passive and reactive. She takes her time and watches her opponent, patience for the right moment to strike. She only takes risk if it's calculated in her favor. Given her former success, the style has suited her well, though I can't help but wonder why she hasn't lately been performing at her previous level. Maybe she lost her killer instinct. Alright, guess not. Remember, the skill difference between us rushes the ramp to my natural expansion and crushes my wall as promised. In the aftermath of the discussion, she swarms my base and seizes an easy win. Jet reveals her victory with a predatory smile. Wrecked. Well, damn! So before we get into the next game, let's catch sight of a familiar face coming to the cafe. Hey, it's Virgil! Good old Virgil. Do you know who that is? I thumb in the stranger's direction as he passes by, as the attention is occupied by a cell phone screen. Jet trails a look after him, wrinkles her nose and shrugs. He's a gay PGA player. Pro toss. What about him? Come on, get into the game already. Seriously? He was on an all-out attack yesterday. What's he doing outside of his team house 2 days in a row? They're only figuratively chained to the desks. Not all of them are shut-ins. Stop wasting time and let's go. So I double take away from Jet to find the player in question seated a few rows in front of us. And he's got StarCraft 2 client open. Why would a PGA player spend his practice time on anything but Brood War? Maybe I should ask him for a game. I think I'm gonna ask him for a game. Hold on, you can't just... And there we go. Before she can stop me, I raise to shuffle my past with computers. Jet shoots me a withering glare over the top of a station before ducking back down. Even though I barely interacted with the guy, I can't help but feel a little anxious as I edge closer to his PC. Sure, he's a bit rude when we spoke, but the chance to challenge a KPGA pro is too good to pass up, especially if I'm trying to set up my game. He's about to jump into the next match when I clear my throat right behind him. He subtly alt-tabs and turns to regard me through half-idled eyes. What? Would you mind a practice game? No. I'm just not here to... He pauses, recognition flips across his face. You're the chick from All Out Attack yesterday, aren't you? For a moment, he looks ready to dismiss me and gets a laddering, but the last second he nods. Alright, one game. Sweet! I get a game! And with a final nod, return to my station a moment later. He and I share a game lobby and we're about to begin. He's playing on barcode account, typical. How could I have not managed to catch this guy's name? So I start tapping against my headphones and announces Jet return in displeasure. You're obnoxious. If you lose and embarrass me by association, I'm going to pretend I don't know you. Well, shit. Anything else Jet has to say is drowned out along with the sounds of Golden Zone fire when I pull the earpad back on. He plays Protoss. That's all we know about him. So, if the idea behind practice against a good player is to improve, I should probably play Standard. Still, the temptation to all in is always there. How sick would it be to grab a quick win against a PGA player? No, don't do that. That's dumb. Let's go ahead and... I don't play StarCraft, so I don't know if it would be the best thing to do to just go for an early attack rather than just playing Standard and, you know, go from there. You know what? Screw it. Go for... yeah, fuck it. Go for the all-out attack. Why not? Screw it. I'm not in the mood to go for macro. So I place 2 early barracks mid-map just outside his scouting path. With luck, he won't see my strategy until it's coming at him. My heart pounds as I watch my marine count grow. He still hasn't noticed my all-in. There's a huge advantage. I got this. So I bring my marines to his base and charge up the ramp leading to his high ground. I leave SC2VN on low ground to construct a bunker just in case I have to fall back. He retreats with his own zealot and begins to chronoblast something out of his gateway, likely a stalker. He still hasn't pulled it out as pro, so I start heading toward the mineral line. I don't know if I did a good thing. Nope! Did not do a good thing. So, going all out like that was dumb, and I knew it was gonna be dumb, but I did it anyway because... fuck it. Fuck it. So even though he didn't scout out the rush, he defended without breaking a sweat. I don't have long to sulk in defeat before his player makes his way over to me with a smirk. As promised, Jet is nowhere to be seen. That was ugly. Well, fuck. Yeah, well, nice macro, I guess. You guess? Well, maybe you're right. Didn't take all that much of an effort to defend against such a pitiful rush. His grin darkness as one without humor. Is this guy serious? That was a problem. You demand a game and whine when you get a little pushback. Look who's talking. Everyone knows your type, a foreigner who's out to make a name for herself. You fly out here on a whim, waste 6 weeks of training. You aren't the first, so unfortunately won't be the last. Your plane ticket doesn't buy you the right to call yourself a pro gamer. Save your money. Yeah, this guy is totally Virgil. Alright, so I'm going to do something really quick. I'm going to reload back to the save, and I'm going to see what happens if I decide to play Standard instead. I will be right back. Alright, so on my way there, I'm going to go ahead and actually do a hit and run with Hellions and see what this leads. Produce Hellions 2 at a time. Takes a few seconds to clear out the space between my bases, confident that I have enough breathing room to prepare my first attack. Hellions will make a beeline for his natural expansion worker line. With some decent macro on my part, I managed to secure a few unless the player, I'm going to sacrifice the Hellions for more economic damage, but I practiced this style enough to know that I'll lose map control without them. This game is going insanely well. Okay, it didn't matter. Yeah, that didn't matter at all. So he still beats me. And I'm going to assume more than likely the other guy will still beat me too, but you never know. So I'm going to be back. Alrighty then, so now I'm going to play the Standard game and see where this leads me. Probably best that I follow Jet's advice and opt for a Standard micromanagement game. This guy's build. I take my natural expansion and begin teaching up. The match progresses quietly, only a few brief skirmishes with the Stalkers and my Marines. My scans show that he's not doing anything out of the ordinary. One of us has to make a move sooner or later. I start to construct my starport and researching my bio upgrades. I'm surprised to find that they finish without any pressure coming from the Protoss army. This could be a good time to go for some drop play and try to snipe out some of his critical tech buildings. If I were to play an aggressive play style, I need to be confident in my control and the fact that I cannot play him. On the other hand, this game has been exceptionally quiet. If I could go up another expense, I have serious economic advantage into the late game. Oh, I get another choice. Then I'm gonna save. I'm gonna go ahead and say. Okay, so the fight with Axel didn't matter. I was gonna lose that regardless. But this fight, it looks like I can possibly win. So what I'm gonna do first is risk an early third base and see where this leads me. So I cut Marines long enough to get a third base, and it finishes before my drop ships even out. Just as my finish constructing, red blip shows up on the minimap. It's a void ray. I have missile turrets to defend it, and it should be fine. Floating on the outskirts of my base, warm prism. You'll be able to win. My army is completely out of position. He starts wrapping out the outside of my static defenses. He's at the natural 2. Holy crap, this guy is just going. Ooh. Were those the fucking turrets from... Oh no, okay, those are not the turrets from Portal. And that's checkmate. So I wonder if he's still going to be a dick. Okay, Jet's nowhere to be seen. Yeah, he's still going to be a dick, but he says something different about it. So let's go ahead and load back up. So Jet will constantly ditch you. That's, yeah. So let's go ahead and get aggressive and see what happens. More than likely the same thing. So let's see. We go in. He doesn't see me move out. So going to the attack. Game's going incredibly well, so I decide to pull back on my aggression and build my army for a final push. Be too busy defending to get a decent standing army when I roll in with my armed units. He kites back, bobbing and weaving away from my forces while relieving pot shots. I give chase. His victory is tantalizing, but flanks me. So no matter what, you lose, but you can still have a better game. It looks like, at least. He's giving up on ground. He knows he can't face me. Holy shit, hold on, I might be able to win. Oh shit, thunder! Find myself safe when oh, never mind. I lost. Stood blankly at the screen for almost 10 seconds before finally typing GG to quit out of the match. I don't have to sulk in defeat. And Jet's also gone. Oh, hold on. He might not be a dick. It's a complicate, regardless of how he said it, though it's difficult to graceful defeat. Tried my best. Played my game the best I could. Kept vision on you, dropped when I could. But it wasn't enough. Sucks. It's the only it's one thing to lose carelessly, but it's another when everything goes as planned and you fail anyway. Okay, he's still a dick. So, yeah, it doesn't change that he's a dick, but I still had a better, but having a better game with them at least makes him a little bit more kinder. I guess kinder with parentheses, in air quotes and all that shit. Either way, I'm done now. This extended a little bit more than I wanted, but I wanted to see what would happen, like if it was possible that I would win. Turns out no. But either way, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for watching this Let's Look At. If you happen to have any interest in this game whatsoever, you want to see how everything unfolds, you can go ahead and click a link in the description to get the game. It's completely free on Steam, so if you want it, go ahead and grab it. Either way, ladies and gents, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't liked the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you hate it, then go ahead and dislike it. Have a comment, then you guys can go ahead and leave it in the comment section. And if at any point in time you guys do happen to like the sound of my stupid voice, you guys can go ahead and subscribe. Till then, ladies and gents, I'll see you all later.